Well, hello. This is the first video, the first YouTube video that I'm making here, and today in this video we're going to be talking about biodiversity, and we're going to be talking about the different components that make up biodiversity. Okay, just making sure we're working here. So we have our genetic diversity that we'll be discussing, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. So again, we're breaking up biodiversity into its three main aspects, and then at the end we're going to discuss a little bit about extinction and the issues that we're facing today. But before we begin with the three main aspects of biodiversity, let's first define what is biodiversity. And biodiversity basically describes the variety of life in a specific area. The more numerous, or not necessarily the more numerous, but the more different types of species that you have in a specific area indicates well-balanced, more stability in that particular area for various reasons. Some such as the ones that we've discussed in the previous chapters is population control. So the more different types of species you have, your predators, your atrophic organisms, your primary consumers, secondary, tertiary consumers, and such, that's usually a good indication of a healthy ecosystem. So again, biodiversity, discussing the numerous or the different types of species that exist in a specific area. So going on with the first part of biodiversity is genetic diversity. You don't have to look very far to find this idea illustrated, and just look at the human race. We have one human race, but within that human race we have very many types of individuals. We have individuals with perhaps dark coarse hair, thin, maybe light hair, dark hair, brown hair, red hair, different shaped lips, different shaped noses, eyes, eye color, even just hair types. Maybe they're thick-haired, thin-haired, maybe no hair. So again, don't have to look as far as yourself or as far as the classroom to find genetic diversity. We come in all shapes and sizes. So when we discuss genetic diversity, we mainly hit the points or discuss the areas that are more visible, which is the outer surface of the organism. Genetic diversity can also describe the different ways that an organism maybe metabolizes food. Because again, even with human beings, we all metabolize food. We all break our food down, but we don't all break it down in the same rate. Okay, so there's a lot of genetic diversity that goes beyond just the surface. So another example here is our ladybug here. So you can see the ladybugs. We have here our classic looking ladybug, which is with the red shell and the black dots. But there are also some that have orange shells with the black dots, no dots, orange shell, and even some with a light green hue. Okay. And also we have the type of ladybug that has just a white shell. Okay, those you don't find those very often, because that white shell, that's exemplifying albinism, which you can also see here with our white lion here. This is an albino lion, which means it has no pigment at all. Okay, so you find the same thing, the same kind of variety with cows as well. Oh, actually, let me go back here to the ladybug. I thought you would enjoy the slide with the baby ladybugs. Maybe you've never seen them before, but this is what they look like. I thought that was pretty cool. It looks like you have a mama ladybug taking care of them. So again, with cows, you have genetic diversity. You have the black-coated, the white, the brown, and then you have the classic, the ones that you see in all the commercials, the white with the black blotches around its torso. So again, genetic diversity describing the different genes that are expressed in different species. We all have the same genes, the same genome, but we don't all express the same genes. Okay, same phenotypes. So moving on to the next point is species diversity, and here we have examples of felines. Okay, so this is the family of the felines, big cats, and there are different types, as you already know. You have the jaguar. Get my pen working here. We have the jaguar with its nice little blotchy pattern there. Let me just skip over the puma real quick and go over to the panther. The panther is the same cat, the jaguar, but if you look closely, if you dare to get close enough to a panther, you can actually see that it has the same or similar patterns as the jaguar. The only difference with the panther is that the dominant color of its coat is black. And then we have our puma, which again, same family as the jaguar and panther, but it has a different coat. The dominant color in that coat is the beige. And going on to other big cats that have interesting patterns is the tiger. Okay, so the tiger's coat is quite different from the jaguar in that it's not in a circular type pattern, but it's more striped. And then of course we have our king of the jungle, the lion with the large mane, which none of these other cats have. Okay, well the male lion anyways has the large mane. So, and then finally we have our ecosystem diversity. Okay, as we look throughout the planet, we have many types of ecosystems that exist, from our coral reefs that our fish life, our aquatic life inhabit, our deserts, rainforest, mountains, and grasslands. So each one of these ecosystems has its own particular type of species that live. Now some species are able to cross over, but by and large these ecosystems have different species that have made their home there, that have created a niche. So one of the issues that we're facing with diversity, as you can see throughout these slides, we have so many different types of places, animals, species, and even within species we have a great variety. So there's just an enormous amount of variety on planet Earth, but that's actually in danger right now. We're in danger of losing that variety for various reasons. With the lion and with the elephant and the tusk. These are some pretty graphic pictures. I kind of debated showing you these, but this is what's out there. This is what's happening, and it's important to realize and understand that this is, we're in danger of losing these amazing creatures. And at what cost? Just for their tusks, for their horns. And this is a rhinoceros who's been butchered because of its large horn. Our pandas are in danger. Our gorillas, they're getting killed for their paws, which are big sellers, and their heads, their skulls and their paws are big sellers in the black market right now. And then of course the tiger and its mane, and it's a beautiful coat that it has, and unfortunately it's selling in the black market. And for various reasons these animals are being extinct that we'll discuss later. And then also the extinction of our different ecosystems. I mean, the earth is beautiful and it's got so many different ecosystems that we can enjoy, but what you see right here, these pictures down below, these are pictures of cow farms where cows are raised to produce meat, the beef that we eat at our restaurants, at our homes. And rainforests are being cut down, grasslands are being cut down, and being cut down for use for cow pastures. So as you can see, this is not quite as appealing as what we have on our previous slides. Pretty dingy looking areas here, and by the acres our rainforests are being cut down to make room for these lands. And you can see here, look at the sludge that's being produced, this waste product of all the cows that they have there. It's really quite sad to think about that we are slowly causing the extinction of all these beautiful creatures. The normal extinction rate for an animal right now is about 1,000 times higher than it normally would be because of human interference. Our sea turtles are having issues right now because of the water pollution. and our tigers, of course, we've already mentioned, and our owls. We're losing those because of their habitat being destroyed to make room for houses, for buildings, for more communities. And our sharks are being killed for their fins, because one of the most popular dishes right now in the world is shark fin soup, and they're almost extinct because of that. So there's a lot to consider. There's no easy answers for this, but it's things that we have to consider, unless we're okay with seeing these beautiful creatures be extinct.